And then you have 65% of
It
that.
looks like it's time for us to get started according to the clock on the wall. First of all, we need to have a public hearing on the LGEA. If you know what that is, that's our monies to spend on our public roads. It was advertised in the paper to have that thing first today. And we're open to any comments that anybody wants to make about our the way our money is being spent on the roads. Well, hearing none, then we'll move on. We'll close that session right now then. And we'll move on to the rest of our meeting this morning.
Did you need a motion to open that session and close it?
I think so. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us have a word of prayer. Our Father, we thank you for this day and for the many blessings that we enjoy. Our Father, we are here to try to work and plan and provide for the progress of our town and county and our people. We just ask that what is done here today will be pleasing to you in your sight. We ask you to forgive us for shortcomings that we do. We ask all this in Jesus' name. Amen. I'd like to welcome you all here this morning. Welcome, come anytime we have a public meeting like this, and listen and voice your opinion if you want. Okay, Randy.
Denzel Potter. Here. John Brown.
Here.
Brandon Evans.
Here.
Anthony Likens. Here. Stanley Franklin.
Here.
Have four.
Close to 100%, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Had a chance to look at the minutes from the last meeting.
I make the motion to approve.
Okay. Anthony made the motion. Do I hear a second to that motion? Daniel second. All in favor? Aye. Okay, from the road department, do we want to hear anything from you fellows this morning?
No.
Trying to keep the weeds down and sides of the road clean?
Yeah, we made a round already, so.
One round made?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there may not be as much rain as there has been, and may not go back hard as
It's a little
fast.
bit, rain fell today, it's hard to.
Yeah, hard to keep it up, isn't it? Irene, are you in our, I see, yeah,
Y'all have a copy of my
report? Okay. Is there anything you want to point out to us? Needs to
No,
be-
just I thought that Sarah later on down from the new business, Sarah from the RSU, and give you all from the engineer.
Okay. Robin, you want to talk about the Wellness Center?
Not a lot of changes down there right now, things are still going good. We have nephews there, basketball camp, a lot of kids, all this right now. Next week, we should be getting a new equipment, we ordered, it should be delivered maybe next week, so things are going great.
All right. Lindsay, you want to talk about anything?
No, I've got plenty to talk about. Start with the packet that says financial statement. I'm just going to skim through because there's a lot here, so I'm not going to go into as great a detail. The first page is your financial statement up to date for everybody to review. On to the next page is April's reconciled financial statement. Last month I had an issue and I couldn't figure it out, and so I did figure it out, and that's just the reconciled statement. bringing it to you so you all have it. The next page is May's reconciliation. The cash balance in the general fund, $260,351.72. The road has $606,182.50. The jail has $42,583.44. LGEA has $91,026.85. Forestry has $2,866.49. Special Projects has $84,865.44. Now, the next page is budget transfers. This is for to date. This is just to straighten out all negative line items that were in the budget. Most of it come from the reserve. Some of it come from just some line items we had a little extra money in. It was across all funds. There was something to straighten out about everything. And I will need a motion to approve budget transfers.
Brandon made it. John second, all in favor? Aye.
Okay, then we have an interfund cash transfer. I did two separate cash transfers. One is from, I think I only printed one of them. There was two. $65,000 come from the general fund into the jail, and this is to cover our jail bill for the last month, any negative balance. I did transfer, it was $17,000 and a little more, little odd number. That was from mineral taxes that goes into the jail, and I did not attach the copy of that. I will need a motion to approve those the cash transfers.
Motion.
Anthony made the motion, here a second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
The attached is an appropriation condition report that reflects all changes, a revenue condition report also. And then in the back, you will find another budget transfer journal. What I did is I printed a copy of all budget transfers that have taken place from the beginning of the year to current, just in case anything got skipped over, or, just to have everything approved. So I would like a motion to approve that.
So moved. John made it, here a second.
And I did the same thing with interfund cash transfers. All cash that's been moved for the entire year is attached, and where it went, where it come from, and I'd like a motion to approve that.
Let's back up and get that motion straightened out.
Oops, sorry.
Before that,
Who made the motion for the standing order list?
John made it.
John.
You say, Brandon second. All right.
I got it.
All in favor?
Aye.
The next one then, Lindsay,
Then
right.
same thing for the interfund cash transfers for the entire year.
Okay.
Motion.
Anthony made it, here a second. Second. Brandon second, all in favor? Aye.
It's in here. All right, next packet. Included in this is our budget. The standing order list is actually in here. We're gonna do that first. Let me find what page it's on. Well, it's this one. This is the standing order list. And this is just something we do every year, things that are automatically approved. I need a motion to approve that. The only thing that was added to it differently, coal severance, I added on some of our special projects grants. We added that in. And I think that was the only thing that we changed on it. And the new leases, yeah.
Where's that at, Lindsay?
It's in here. It's in this packet.
Okay.
This is Brandon.
It's in your budget package.
Budget.
7 pages from the back, let me see it. It'll say at the top, annual standing order to pre-approve certain recurring expenses.
It makes your claims to stay on there.
Yeah. Everything was the same, except changing the new leases and then added a couple grants, so nothing was taken off of it.
So you need a motion.
We need a motion for that.
Approve this.
I need a motion to
I'll
approve,
make
yeah.
that motion.
Anthony's made it, do I hear a second? Second. Don second, all in favor? Aye. That budget went through fairly easily compared to what some have in the past, didn't it?
It did go through fairly easily. We didn't have any hiccups. And that's the next thing is just to approve, and the budget is included in this. There's a couple different things. There's summaries in here, but the whole budget is in here. It'll say pages 1 through 10. That'll show the whole budget. We do need to have the second reading and adoption of the budget. The only thing that I changed, that was changed from the first reading, in my road, on my transfer out, it didn't show as a negative, so I had to make that adjustment. And that's your road cost allocation that goes into the general fund. It wasn't showing as a negative, so I had to make that adjustment. And then we got a correction on a lease. That on the ambulance lease, it was a corrected amortization schedule, so I had to make a correction for that. And I think that was it. I don't think there was anything else that was any issues or changed from the original.
I'll make a motion to go ahead and accept it.
Daniel's made the motion to accept this budget, is there hear a second? Second. Daniel second, all in favor? Aye.
I'm done.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You don't need an overall for a treasurer's report, or is it just, you got it item by item?
I done it item by item, it's fine.
Okay, we need a discussion on the FEMA project.
Good morning.
Morning. Glad to have you.
Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate it. She's going to pass out a proposal for you. My name is Jimmy Stahl. I'm a water resource engineer with GPD Group from Bowling Green. Our company's in Louisville, Kentucky. I live there now. I understand ER Assist is helping you guys with FEMA compliance, and some of the sites need engineering support. So the proposal I've given you is really two things. The first part of it is one of the sites requires some hydrology and hydraulic analysis, which I would perform. Basically, the culvert was bigger than was there before, and you just need to provide some support for that. So I can do that, and that's part of this proposal. The second part of it is to look at the other sites. Some other sites that need a little bit of an engineering justification as to why there was a scope change. And so for me to do that, I want to get a handle on everything. I'd like to go look at all the sites. And I think I can probably group some of those and answer the questions. Like, for example, some of them were going to be round cribbing. Turned out that they were paving basket. I think there's some good justification for that. Maybe we can group those in one paragraph. We can answer a few things. Some others may require a little bit more detailed answer. So for me to do that, I've proposed to you, I'll go create a kind of compliance plan of action for those sites, and then come back to you with recommendations from that. So it may be a one-step process, but possibly a two-step process. So I provided that proposal for your consideration.
Any questions for EISIS? Since I'm here, I can answer anything as far as like progress or status on anything as well.
Our road foreman and assistant foreman here today, they may have something they want to ask you, or... Okay.
We discussed all of these.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Gary took us to a few of the sites yesterday for us to
All right.
look at the work completed, so.
I guess all these questions in here can be answered from somebody.
Yeah, and the proposal, anything in the proposal, Jimmy can, and ERSIS is happy to provide any answers to any questions as well, so.
Yeah, you guys feel free to call me.
Okay.
Can I ask one question?
Absolutely.
If we have a project that covers, say, 20 feet, and we get approved for that, when the person goes back out there, it's 25 feet. Is there no way that FEMA could open up a space to where if something, we have a bank to give 20 feet, then when the person that's going to repair it gets out there, it's now 25 feet. So we can only be paid for the 20 feet, even though the project, that's a question that we've had before.
Yeah, and I think what we do is we document that difference. That's just the one step we've got to take. We've got to document the difference. Okay, hey, we were going to do this. We made plans. Things are happening fast. And now we get out to the site, boots on the ground. And this thing doesn't make sense at all, and this makes a lot more sense, and we have to do that. And that's the right thing to do. So we just have to provide that justification for that. If you will.
If more work is completed than what the scope of work called for, there does have to be documentation showing it. Sometimes there's an additional road slip after it happens because it was not repaired, right away. So everyone is different. Every project is different. I can't say that, yes, it will be paid. There are cases where as long as the documentation is there, that the scope of work can be changed to encompass all of the damaged area.
It's a little, the easiest thing I compare it to is doing an expense report. There's rules you gotta follow, and FEMA wrote the rules. So it's just a matter of, usually they're gonna accommodate us doing the right thing. We just have to make sure we check those boxes as we go. And that's what this is to do.
Okay, we'll try to hear what you have in mind for us and get on board.
Any other?
I guess you need a motion on go ahead and doing this probably, don't we?
Well, I guess so.
I'll make that motion, go
I'll
ahead,
second.
follow up with it.
Gentlemen made it. Anthony second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for coming, both of you.
Excited to work with you guys.
Is that a motion to approve their engineering firm?
It was
Proceed forward.
their
Proposal.
proposal. Yep.
Item number 2 is about Haney Branch, looks like.
Well,
You know about
Bobby
that?
Atkins here.
Don't see him. Is he supposed to be here?
He was supposed to be here, and he was wondering if he could take care of the construction part of Haney Branch as far as the ditches and so forth, and not charge for that. Would the county or the water board be able to put the pipes in and the meters in? And the county or the water board
Are you
pay?
talking about new construction for water?
Construction for water at Haney
I'd say
Branch.
the water board has to answer that.
That's what Linda and I had
I think
discussed. And he said, well, let me present it for fiscal court. So he needs to go to the water board.
I think they've got the call on that.
That's what we thought. We'll just table number 2 until.
Okay. Okay, the workers' comp, that's just a.
Yeah, we just need approval to renew the contract for the
We
upcoming
same
year.
rates, or we go up, or same rate, or
I think everything's the same with the girls. Yeah.
so moved.
All right,
Second.
okay, all in favor?
Aye.
What that is to renew the workers' comp, contract for the year 2018, 2019.
With that, with our workers' comp, when we get our drug-free workplace certification, we will get a 5% discount on that.
Right.
We're advertising for some rock and gravel some bids this morning, item number 4. You got some-
We got one just for hauling.
I don't think it's broke down that way, though, is it?
No, that's not how it's advertised.
We need to open it anyway. No, it's not.
I think that's a Miles question.
What's going on now?
We advertised for rock and for rock and hauling billed together. And we got one bid for hauling only, but it was not advertised for hauling only. So,
I mean, y'all make the call on that, whatever's cheapest. If it's just hauling, I mean, you said that you had 2 advertisements, one for rock and then one for rock and hauling?
No, it just advertised rock and hauling, period.
rock,
Okay.
All of it.
yeah.
Well, then,
We
yeah, I
didn't
mean, they didn't
advertise for
complete
hauling
the,
only,
they didn't complete the bid, I guess. So,
so we wouldn't open that.
This other one is from Hinkle. Give us about 8 different items on here that the prices are. Number 610, $13.10. DGA integrated base is $14.25. 3-inch clean is $14.80. And 1.5 to 2 clean is $14.80. And the 3/4 to 1-inch clean is $14.95. 1/2-inch clean is $15.85. The channel lining from 5 inches to 9 inches is $16.70. And channel lining from 9 inches to 18 inches is $17.55. That's the only bid that we have at this particular time, and it's closed already. So, do I hear a motion that we accept this bid from Hinkle?
I'll make that motion.
Second. All right. Denzel made it, and Brandon second. All in favor? Aye.
Oh, is that the culvert pipe too?
Now, the culvert pipe, we're opening now.
That's it.
How many bids?
2
We had
bids.
2, Kentucky Contractor Supply and Core and Main out of Lexington.
Where's the other from?
Grayson, that's the one that we had
But now.
last year. It's a current one, yes.
Do we need to mention all 5 of those 6 or 7?
It's the different sizes.
Okay. The Core and Main firm, they're 20-foot dual wall pipe is $97.
Well, that's 12 inch.
12 inch. And 15 inch 20 foot is $670.
$670 a foot.
Wait a minute, yeah, $134. The 30, number 30 is 18 inch is $178. The 24 inch is $299. 30 inch is $429. 36 inches is $541. And the last one is 48 inch and it's $923. That is their bid.
How much you say the 30-inch was?
$429.
Is that delivered?
They would have those delivered, or not, we'll deliver ourselves.
Does the company now, they deliver the pipe, don't they?
They don't, do they deliver it now?
No one we're using that, that's something.
They'd be at their spot foot.
Yeah. This is the same as this here, it doesn't say, but
Yeah.
it's not.
And they only give theirs by the foot, they didn't they didn't total out the 20.
One flat between them.
Yeah.
Their listing on their price is a 12-inch was $4.87 a foot.
487?
$4.87.
2 cents higher.
15-inch was $6.67.
667?
Is,
$6.67, yeah. 18-inch is $8.84. 24-inch is $14.88. 30-inch is $21.30. And 36 is $26.82. And 48-inch is $45.81.
the only one that's higher
Was
is the first one.
Yeah.
And that place will deliver, won't it?
Yes.
And they're closer if we do have to go pick it up.
Have to calculate to see exactly how much difference it was in it, but it's all their items less than the other, except the first one, it was 2 cents more. So I'm sure they will be the one that's got the lowest price. So do I hear a motion that we accept this bid from the Kentucky Underground Incorporated Integration?
Fiscal integration, I'll make it.
Yeah.
I'll second.
All right, Brandon made it. And Anthony second. All in favor? Aye. Thank you. It's time again to lease another truck and get rid of the one we got. I know Gary's just getting anxious to go down there again. It's about a 24-hour trip.
Do you all want to do that again this year? Just need a motion to.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Denzel made it and John seconded. We want to pursue another truck for our trash hauling. Yeah, everybody in favor? Aye. All we want to do is hire.
Just make your recommendations.
Okay. I think our budget was set up to hire, try to hire 5 new employees for the upcoming year. Our finance want to okay that. We hope, and if they hold up like they're supposed to. I recommended this James Alfred Lawson from Ezel. He's got all his Class A CDLs and all that. He's worked a whole lot around over the country, but he wants to come back home and work here. He can do about anything we've got to do for the road department, I think. That's one that I recommended. And another one was Charles Ferguson, and he's been employed with the county before. And he's worked with Rifle Coal, and at present he's with Wells Group. He's a mechanic's helper and welder and can do all kinds of stuff like that. He's another one that I recommended that we hire. He's spoke highly of working for us before, so maybe we haven't changed. This other gentleman is, he works also for Wells Ready Mix, and he's a truck driver mostly. He has the CDLs, and his name is Jerry Kidd. I don't know the fella, but they say he's a good truck driver, and I thought he would fit in good with our transfer station and hauling back and forth to more into the landfill. This Tommy Likens was, he presently works for the factory, and he worked back in the cold days with, as a heavy equipment operator. He doesn't have his CDLs, but I'm sure he can handle anything we've got, maybe except that, loader, and backhoe and all that. I recommended that we hire him. And this last fellow is Brian Campbell. I think he lives up in the edge, up close to Dawson County. I think as of now he works at the chop shop over at Elite Wall. And I don't know, I don't have a whole lot about him, but I knew his stepfather Bill Fugit lived down across the shoulder. I don't know who he's married to, but those are the five that I mentioned that we try to hire. And we had we hired a girl over to at the animal shelter. She had been over there volunteering for 2 years already.
Victoria Castle.
Victoria Castle, and you know, Miss Kathy over there has been operating on, and she's recovering right now, and we hired her to help her out over there. Those were the ones that I recommended, and some of you may know them, may not know them, but I think they'd be a good fit for us. Do I hear any motion that we hire these people? We're in need of hiring people. We're down to what, 7 right now, Gary?
6 full-time, 1 part-time.
6 and 1.
I'd make a motion, we hire. You think they're good?
I'll second.
Okay. Denzel made. Anthony second. All in favor? Aye.
Effective.
Say, pardon?
Effective.
Yeah.
Effective.
July 1.
July 1.
And we need to set their pay rate. Well, yeah, one already has started because of the emergency situation with the animal shelter.
Yeah.
But we need to set their pay rate also in the motion.
Okay, what do you,
What
What
we
can
had
we stand?
discussed, 11 CDL, 1050 without.
CDL's 11 without 1050? Okay. Do I hear a motion to that too?
Put it on the same one. if you
All
want
right,
to.
put it all on the same one? Okay.
Animal shelter minimum wage.
You got a motion with a
It is
second?
July 1.
All in favor?
Fiscal year.
Aye. Okay. Other business? I see we have some guests.
It'll actually be July 2nd for the start date because the first falls on Sunday.
Okay, we started with the renewal of the spending contract for the judicial building. I came to the authorities by duty because I've been asked by several citizens about the training contract and when we couldn't do it. And I got the call and was so glad we lost that when it would be done. And it would be advertised in the paper, so that's the information I passed along. And then when that was supposed to happen in March, and then I was informed again by your office that it would be extended until July. So that it would be ran in the paper a month prior to that for people to bid. And not that I have a special meeting, I wasn't aware of it until after it happened. And a motion was made and seconded for to leave the funding contract the same. And I just feel like that I think people would think that I misinformed them, you know, and I didn't do that, wasn't my intent. And I just would like for that matter to be discussed.
It might be the best thing, it might be the best thing to do before you start telling people, you know, that, and check with this court right here, you know.
Well, I just-
That way you'll know, you won't be hearing hearsay from nobody else.
I
Come to
didn't
the
hear
court
her say
meeting.
I received a phone call from the judge's
Come
office.
from the court meeting, and that way you can ask a question, you find out what's going on.
That's why I'm here today, so I don't know what's going on from now on.
Yeah.
But I was informed by Judge Franklin's office, the information that I passed. It wasn't hearsay, it was a call from the judge's office, so. I just wanted to bring that to the floor.
What did the minutes read that says be extended to when, first year?
Yeah, listen,
They
the court-
renewed it
Extended to,
for a new year.
Yeah.
It's, the contract is extended another year.
The court, the new court can figure that out. when they
Okay.
get here.
So the first court session of the new year, okay.
No, I think it's till
No.
July.
it was a contract year,
Yeah,
Yeah,
contract.
so it'll be July of,
June 30th.
or, yeah.
But when they get here, they can bid it out, they'll give them something to do.
July
But who
1
would take care of it from now
It's when a
until?
new contract will
Well,
start.
it's extended the contract we
Okay,
had.
so-
And you have the right to keep the current contract or to rebid. You don't have to rebid. We kept
So it will
Sheila
be
for years.
extended to another year, Mary?
Yeah, that's what I was told.
Yeah.
So do you have the contract in place?
Yes,
Could I have a copy of that?
yeah.
Because I never received a copy of the other contract, what was renewed from March until July. And then it's being renewed again. I still don't have a copy of the contract on file, which I am supposed to have. And I have sent an email to Frankfurt and, you know, we're looking into
We'll
it. but
we'll
I
get
just
you
wanted
one.
to- Okay.
Sure will. Anybody else got anything you want to talk about? Okay, we need to now go into a closed session with some personnel issues. Can I get a motion, we go back into regular session?
So moved.
All right, John made it, everybody second?
Second.
Andrew second, all in favor? Aye. Now,
We need to approve the bills.
yeah,
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Andrew made it, Daniel second, all in favor?
Aye.
Anything else?
I'll make a motion
All right.
to adjourn.
Hank, this time motion adjourned.
Second.
Anthony made it, John second, all in favor, let John say aye.
Aye.